Welcome back to Television A7. Let's jump into it. Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 15, episode 13. So it starts off with Sonya and Sherry. It's the holiday season, and we see them decorating around the house. So they're sitting by the Christmas tree, and Sonya just says, "Hey, Sherry, you know what? You not being there with me all the time is really making me sad. It's hurting my feelings because I'm so used to having you there. You're like my number one, cheerleader, confidant, this, that, and the third. And the dynamics are obviously different now. And it's just making me a little sad." And her sister chimes in. She's like, "You know what? I enjoy being there for you all that time, but I'm a wife, I'm a mom, I have other things that I have to do, and I just cannot continue to be there for you 24/7. But if we establish some boundaries and you work on those things, then we can continue to have a working relationship. It's just not ever really going to be the same as it was before, just because I have more things on my plate now." So, all in all, Sonya understands where Sherry is coming from. Sherry's like, "Oh, can I have a hug?" They hug it out. And I think Sonya will do better and come around. But yeah, her sister definitely had to let her know. Sonya said that Sherry's a Gemini, and sometimes she's very direct and blunt, straight to the point, and she don't really play. So Sherry had to let her know, like, "Hey, I love you, I got your back, but you just not finna be toying me around and not respecting boundaries here." So I think they'll be just fine. What do y'all think about these two siblings right here? Now, Cynthia Cheekbones Bailey is back in the building. This confessional look, like, Cynthia is gorgeous, but I just thought she had on way too much makeup in this confessional. But anyway, Cynthia's back. She's making a few appearances on this show. But the first up, she's sitting down with Kandi at Blaze Restaurant. And, "Hey, Cynthia, what's going on? Let's catch up." They don't say Mike Hill's name, but you can see they show the clippings from the headlines. They flash on the screen. Cynthia, Mike Hill divorced after 2 years, blah, 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 blah. It's Cynthia's second divorce, which Cynthia says, not the best track record, but she is all in all in a good place. She's gonna be back in Atlanta more often. So, Candy, if you got some roles, some acting gigs, holla at your girl, basically. But Candy is also telling Cynthia about this whole um I don't know, kissing gate, I guess we could call it, between Toya and Drew. Did they kiss? Did they not kiss? Is Candy lying? Is Kenya lying? Is Marlo lying? What is going on? Cause Cynthia was like, "Baby Candy, you called me from Portugal, like, hot. You was upset." And Candy was like, "Yes, girl, I had to call because it wasn't just me who saw it. There was other people, so I had to clear my name. And it is what it is. The kiss is not a big deal, but don't go around calling me a liar, and then just trying to make me look like I didn't see what I saw." So Candy is venting to Cynthia about that, and then they have a cute little moment where Cynthia's like, "Oh, girl, hook me up with bedroom Candy," because Candy apparently rocks Cynthia's one of her bags, that she has from her line. So, exchange gifts and goodies and this, that, and the third. And Candy will be having a peach social that we'll get into later in this episode, and Cynthia's gonna be back to make another appearance. So, what y'all think about seeing Cynthia back on the Real Housewives of Atlanta screen? But she did clear up, if you guys watch Candy speak on it, Cynthia did say that scene where it looked like she was coming back with Kenya when Kenya was doing the Kenya Moore hair care. Cynthia said she happened to be next door filming something else. Her housewives was taping, went to say hello to Kenya, and the camera obviously picked her up but put it in a trailer to make it look like Cynthia was going to be a part of that scene. But she reassures everybody that she wasn't done wrong. They didn't cut her out. They just, but y'all know how reality TV goes, and producers gonna do what they do. But yeah, it was nothing shady. Cynthia just happened to walk on by like it wasn't a planned thing. So the next scene we have oh, it's so cute. Kenya, Kenya's baby cousin from her dad's side, she says she's babysitting in Little Brooklyn. Now, while they're playing or whatever, Kenya's like, "Oh, Brooklyn, do you want, a baby sister, baby brother, child?" Brooklyn, she would just want a sibling, period. She want both. If you can get her both, Brooklyn will take it. But she definitely wants a sibling. She's, having a good time playing with the baby. The baby likes Brooklyn. Okay. I thought that was a cute little scene. And Kenya, she's like, I really wasn't considering it too much at first, but now, like, I'm really, really thinking about it more. But I want to make sure that I'm here for my children if I decide to have another child. She just wants to make sure that she's going to be healthy and that her baby is going to be healthy. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Y'all think Kenya's going to have another baby? Whew, goodness. And she still wants to use Mark's um, sperm? Ooh, Kenya. Girl, you gonna have to think about that some more. But anyway, moving on, we have Ralph and Drew. Okay, they're in the closet cleaning up. They're trying to do a little makeover, whatever. The assistants are there, but they step out of the room to give these two some time to talk. So what they get to talking about is um everything from Portugal. Ralph was just like, yeah, you was telling everything about the drama with Candy from Portugal, and then Marlo was saying my name, and then I just didn't like that, and da 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 da. So Drew is kind of like, she still doesn't understand why everybody is saying that she kissed Toya when she didn't. And then she's telling Ralph, like, look, I even text Toya, like, hey, for the record, did we ever kiss? And Toya is saying no in the text messages. So Drew is just like, she just don't get it. But speaking of, other things going on, Courtney, or cousin Courtney, was, kind of seeming like she may not have been on my side. And I don't really like that. It's supposed to be like family ties or whatever. But I'm going to have to get to know Courtney without thinking of her as cousin Courtney. I'm going to just get to know Courtney like on her own without that title. Because, yeah, the energy is a little weird. It's something a little off. And the producer, when Drew was in a confessional, asked Drew, did you ask Ralph what he was doing while he was in Vegas? Child, Drew said um, that she did ask, and Ralph said that he was working. That could mean a million and one things, but Drew doesn't want to rock the boat too much because they're clearly not in the best space in their marriage right now. And she says again, she reiterates that she's really not too trusting of Ralph. She just, her mind is kind of wandering. So she just didn't even really get into it all that much. But we'll see on the next episodes, I guess, the beginning of the end and how it's gonna start to go downhill with these two. Um, so the next scene we have Marlo. Um, it's a little real quick scene. Marlo is talking with Ty, her assistant, okay, about some events and things that she got coming up. We have this event. Don't worry about inviting Scotley. I'm your date. Um, but anyway, how was things with Scotley? Marlo says Scotley likes to hang out and party too much. But you have to remember that he owns a restaurant. It's nightlife, it's restaurant, loungy type of vibes. So he's gonna be out late. Marlo doesn't really care for that, so she's not quite sure. She doesn't know if she wants her husband to be out like that. Ty's like, "What? Your husband?" But Marlo just means like hypothetically speaking. She ain't even really thinking of Scotley like that. Doesn't want them really around the boys either just yet. So anyway, we're gonna go to now. This is where it starts to get interesting because y'all remember last week when Drew and Sheree were having a sit down, and Drew was telling Sheree, "Oh, I think Candy's trying to do all this because her movie is coming out and blah 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 blah." Now we already know Sheree is the bone collector. I don't know. Drew must have forgot because Sheree went and told Candy everything that happened in that conversation. And you guys can see this is where I think this is the studio where they record the speak on it. This is that set or whatever in her studio. So Sheree comes, they're talking about Sheree getting her boobs redone. Da 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 da. She tells Candy everything that Drew says. Candy is like, "What? Why would she even be saying that? And I don't like that. You know, you can be who you are, kiss who you kiss. I'm not trying to out nobody, this, that, and the third, but don't make it seem like I'm trying to push something onto you to promote a movie. Like, now, I don't like that." And Candy's like, "Look, if Drew, if me and Drew can't get it together, she may not be in the movie." Because I felt that was kind of like disrespectful. And even Drew has said the same thing when she was talking to Sheree before, like, if it comes to it where I'm not gonna be in Candy's movie anymore, then that's fine. So Candy and Drew are both on the same page of like, look, if Drew gotta go, then Drew got to go, and that's just how it's gonna be. But yeah, Drew, you forgot who you were talking to, and Candy's gonna come back to that. So now this is like the beginning of everything that's going on. So all the ladies eventually stroll into the Peach Social. Courtney, Sheree, Marietta, Sonya, and Candy. I thought everybody. Look, I'm not sure why. I thought Sheree. I thought you were supposed to have colors, different shades of like peach or orangey. Those sort of colors. But Sheree didn't get the memo. But anyway, they're all standing around talking. Oh, how do you got? This is the sex toy. How do you use it? Candy's, getting into all the details. I'm not finna get into it, but if you watch the show, to basically tell them how they could please their man and themselves with the Peach Buzz sex toy. Okay, we walk in. It's like a selfie museum, and you can take pictures. It's male and female models with paint, and some of them are in like contraptions and doing simulations and all this kind of stuff. Y'all know how Candy gets down and puts a party together. And Don Juan was telling Sonya like, "Oh no, this is not mommy nation, this is mommy and daddy nation." Okay, and it's just kind of fun to watch them be a little bit uncomfortable. sometimes in those positions. But we get to, it's a lot of different things going on within this party. So right here we have um, Kenya, Cynthia, and Manjetta. They're talking about, oh, how is everything going with Roy? This, that, and the third. Kenya says it's going good. Like, he's actually my friend. We're not moving too fast. Whatever. We're just really getting to know each other. Hey, that's good. And Cynthia and Kenya, they are glad to see each other because Cynthia and Kenya fell out for a little while after Ultimate Girls Trip. If you guys watched that on Peacock, it was them two. It was Teresa from New York, excuse me, New Jersey, and a few other people. I don't really watch that season, but I do remember them not talking for a while after. But they reconnected when Cynthia's mom was diagnosed with cancer, and Kenya reached out. They reconnected, and they're back on track. Long story short. So, another situation that we have going on is Marlo and Ralph. They step away to talk about Marlo, why you got Ralph's name in your mouth. And she tells Ralph, hey, look, the only reason I even brought your name up is because your wife Drew kept saying, oh, well, what do you do? How do you get your money? This, that, and the third. And she was like, well, I said, I'm in tech like your husband. I'm in tech. I do what Ralph does. And yeah. So all in all, Marlo says that Drew is a little Drew is a little like off sometimes, and that Ralph got a lot to deal with, and Ralph doesn't even, negate that. He just kind of shakes his head and laughs it off. So it is what it is. They get over that and they move on. They move on. So now this is where things are kind of sort of settled, but not really. I just wish Drew would just come out and say that she did kiss Toya, because this is just going on unnecessarily, like too long, too long. And then for somebody that you say that you didn't kiss, why are you sitting on the girl lap? Now, see, y'all look a little too comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I was trying to deny something and say that I did not kiss a person, I would not be sitting on that person's lap. You know what I'm saying? I would just be standing up next to Kandi. But, anywho, they go upstairs. Toya walks in. Well, even before that, they're still all downstairs mingling. Drew walks in. Oh, hey, everybody. How's everybody doing? Oh, we were just talking about you. Oh, really? What about? Da 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 da. A few moments later, Toya walks in and, Kandi, I'm upset with you. You upset with me? For what? They go upstairs, blah, 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 start having a conversation. Um, what's going on with everything? Kandi saying, I don't like to be made to look out like a liar. And Drew just keeps saying, oh, I'm going to speak my truth. Toya, I'm going to speak my truth. But does anybody speak truth? I don't think so. They go get Marlo, right? Marlo is being summoned. Don Juan pulls her to the side. They want to talk to you upstairs. Damn, I didn't realize Marlo's whole leg was out. Yeah, I see why she kept tugging at it, because her ass cheek is hanging out. But anyway, they upstairs talking. Marlo come up there shaking ass, thinking they want to take pictures, but no, we ain't finna have that kind of interaction right now. We want to talk about why you sending these videos, um, why you sent the videos of Drew to Latoya. Like, what's up with that? And Marlo was like, look, I sent the videos to Toya because Drew is always, talking you up and saying good things about you, but as soon as she had the chance, she started like dogging you out, and I didn't like that. So yeah, I recorded the video and I sent it to Toya so she could really know what time it was. Basically, that's what it was. And then Drew tried to say that Marlo like edited the videos or whatever. And everybody's like, no, no, no. That's not possible. Marlo ain't that tech savvy. Like, she's not going to be going through all of that. So, after Marlo says that, she just kind of like walks off because she doesn't really have much more of a part in this. It's with these three right here. Now, it's just so confusing because, like, oh my gosh, Drew says she didn't do it. Toya says that they did at one point, and that the only reason Drew is saying that Toya is saying that they did do it is because she's saying Kandi put her up to it. Like, Kandi put her up to saying that they did kiss because, again, Drew was saying, oh, Candy's trying to, push this, whatever, to promote her movie. And this is like really odd because Toya's like, Drew, don't you think that Candy is a genuine person? This, that, and the third. And Drew is like, yeah, I think Candy's a super genuine person. Okay, then, well, don't you think if she said that she saw us kissing, then that it would be true? And Drew was like, well, I look, I don't know. The producer asked during the confessional, why you think, Candy is lying and saying that she saw something when she didn't. Drew is gonna talk about, oh, cause she be fantasizing about me and Latoya. Look, like we're hot girls, like we're hot. Like of course you would be fantasizing about us. Candy is like dream on in her confessional. So with all of that, they just agree to disagree. Toya has said on the reunion, she even says on this clip of the after show from 2 seasons ago, like, oh, no, we didn't kiss, we didn't have a moment, da 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 da. And Candy's like, oh, well, okay, I thought I saw something, but if I didn't, okay, I stand corrected. But Candy says in her speak on it with Cynthia, she says when she was doing this clip, it was kind of like a, okay girl, we both know what happened, but I'm gonna give you a pass. So Toya saying no is to it's a cover up, not like it didn't actually happen, but this is all just ridiculous. It's all ridiculous. I wasn't there at the Bolo house event, but Candy is not known to be a liar. And if Kenya and Marlo of all people, if Marlo and Candy of all people agree on something, then it's most likely happen. And if Drew doesn't want to admit that because it would technically, be cheating, whatever. If she gave her a little peck, I don't know what Drew's possible reasoning is for that, but it is what it is. Who do you guys think is lying? Is Candy lying? Is Drew lying? Is Toy lying? Is who lying? And who is telling the truth? This is becoming so much bigger than just what Candy says was a little, maybe a little peck, a little, smooch, but it wasn't all like deep and passionate or nothing. So it just is getting way out of hand. kissing gate is getting way out of hand. But let me know what you guys think about it. Drop your thoughts down below. It's your girl Telly, Television A7 is the channel. Thank y'all for watching. And if you want to check out more of my content, I got a video right here for you guys. And I will talk to y'all in the next one.